Iodine fuming is a non-destructive physical method for fingerprint development in which iodine vapors are used to develop latent fingerprints on porous surfaces by reacting with the fatty and oily components of fingerprint residue, producing temporary yellowish-brown ridge patterns. Now, what are porous surfaces? So there are majorly two types of surfaces, porous and non-porous. Porous surfaces are those which contains tiny pores and can absorb sweat, oil and other components of fingerprint residue like paper, cardboard or untreated wood. On the other hand, non-porous surfaces are smooth surfaces that do not absorb fingerprint residue, so the sweat and oil remains on the surface. For example, glass, plastic, metal, painted surface, etc. There are different types of glands present all over the body, like eccrine gland, apocrine gland, and sebaceous glands. The eccrine glands are present on friction ridges of fingers and palm of hand, which secrete sweat, and it comes out via sweat pores. The sweat contains fatty acid and oil residues, which are transferred with fingerprint while contact with surfaces. The iodine fuming method involves two physical processes, sublimation and adsorption. When heated, the crystal undergoes the process of sublimation, that is, conversion of solid directly in gas, and thus the iodine vapors formed are evenly spread into the fuming chambers. The iodine vapors are adsorbed into lipid components and fatty acid of the fingerprint. Adsorption refers to the surface level accumulation of atoms, ions, or molecules onto a solid or liquid surface, driven by intermolecular forces like van der Waals. And it is because of this adsorption that the fingerprint appears yellowish brown. In iodine fuming, the iodine vapor does not chemically react with the compounds in the fingerprint, but the iodine vapor is physically adsorbed onto the oily and fatty deposits left by the finger. Thus, it is a physical method and not chemical. Iodine fuming method showed advancements in the techniques. For instance, earlier iodine fuming was done using an iodine gun in open air. The iodine fumes spread unevenly. The fingerprints faded quickly and there was poor control with health risk. Now, iodine fuming is carried out in a closed chamber where iodine is heated safely. The fumes spread evenly, giving clearer fingerprints with better control and safety. Now comes the procedure. At first, the iodine crystals are placed inside the fuming chamber or a clean glass jar. Then the suspected porous surface is placed carefully inside the jar using gloves to prevent contamination. Then the jar is sealed properly and the crystals are gently heated to promote sublimation. Iodine vapors penetrate the porous surface and interact with fatty and oily components of fingerprint residue, and latent fingerprints appear as yellowish brown ridge patterns. Once sufficient development is observed, the exhibit is removed immediately. Some of the points which should be kept in mind during the procedure are: iodine fumes should not be inhaled. Always use a fuming chamber or a well ventilated area. Secondly, do not overfume, as excess iodine can darken the background and spoil the fingerprint. Lastly, photograph or fix the fingerprint immediately before iodine developed prints fade quickly. After iodine fuming, the fingerprint is temporary because iodine fades. When starch solution is applied, iodine reacts with starch and forms a stable blue complex which fixes the fingerprint and makes it last longer.